What's going on, everyone? Back for another KBO breakdown for Thursday. As you see on the screen, had a killer night, another killer day of KBO. 6 of the last 7 slates cashed on Draftkings. Fanduel's been great recently as well, and yesterday was a takedown on Fanduel. Draftkings scored over 150, so both sides did amazing. Fanduel scored 176.6. As you see the lineup here, the NC pitcher was great. Huang was amazing. Ha-Seong Kim been saying that he's going to break out very soon. Glad I was on him when he did break out, and then the KT stack worked out great. And Roberto Ramos with the 21 home run killed it. He crushed that ball too. If you watched that hit, got a little lucky because originally had to make an update at 5 o'clock in the morning because I originally had the KIW catcher in there for DraftKings and FanDuel, but always every morning I update. I wake up at 4:45 and I update if I need to. So made a couple of changes there. But yeah, it was just a great day. Even without the update on DraftKings, we would have cashed. So um, looking to keep it rolling today. If you want, you can drop a like down below. Subscribe if you have not already. If we can get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month, I will be doing a nice giveaway, maybe like a $500 giveaway, just because the last week has been amazing so far. So it's a pretty lofty goal, but there is a lofty prize. So that's what I have planned. So let's get started here. Follow on Twitter at the DFS Process if you want. Check out the website. And starting off today at pitcher, there's kind of a lot of suspect arms today. Nobody really jumping off the page. If you want to compare everybody, you have a lot of young pitchers, 3 guys, 18 and 19 years old, 1 guy, 20 years old. Some experience in here, but with we have some experience with the Doosan pitcher and the SK pitcher. But overall, there's a lot of young pitchers, not a ton of experience. As far as stacking today, I am still going to be rolling with the KT Wiz stack. They're on fire right now, facing a pitcher who has looked good based on his ERA, but he is 19 years old, and he has gotten extremely lucky, if I should say so myself. He has 5 strikeouts in 11 innings and 5 walks. Not a strikeout pitcher. Last year just had 15 strikeouts in 38 innings. So these KT Wiz hitters are going to put the ball in play, and a lot of them can do some serious damage, as we've seen the past couple days. So definitely loving a KT Wiz stack again. I love the LG stack today. The Twins are in a very, very nice spot, facing off against one of the worst pitchers on the slate, a young 20-year-old who last year struggled with home runs. This year has given up 2 already, and he does not strike very many guys out. Looks like a great spot for the Twins, who will continue to be massively underpriced on DraftKings. I think the Lodi Giants have kind of gone silent, but it's a spot that you could definitely look at the Lodi side or the KI or the KIA side. Both look fine. And then I think you could look at some dinos facing off against a pretty old pitcher who has struggled in recent years, doesn't strike very many guys out at all. And the only thing that you don't love to see with him is that last year he only gave up 8 home runs, but before that, giving up very many. So I don't know what kind of pitcher we'll get this year, but he is okay. Last year was his best year. That came in his age 32 season. So could have been a fluke, but either way, I think the Dinos look fine as a stack, and then I like the KIW stack today just because they're facing off against a pitcher who is very prone to home runs, and they have a lot of good hitters on the team. He's given up 2 already in 11 innings, and he has given up over 20 the last 3 years. So those are the main stacks, personally, for me. If you want to mix in the Lodi Giants, you can, but they've kind of gone silent, so um, and like they're pretty expensive except for like the outfield, but the infield, the guy that you wanted, Dixon Machado, is kind of cooled off. So those are probably the 4 stacks I like the most. My favorite is the KT Wiz and then the Twin stack are my 2 favorites, and the KIW stack. We'll try to prioritize those 3 if I can. Um, in terms of pitcher, I like Jae-Hak Lee. It's expensive pitcher. It's an expensive salary, but he is the best pitcher on the slate. And the matchup is tough, but as we saw yesterday with his teammate, pitching can beat hitting any day of the week, and he has some very good stuff. I feel comfortable about playing him because he's good with the strikeouts, especially for this league. He doesn't give up very many walks either, and gave up some walks last year, but usually his whip is low. Doesn't get very many like hits like a lot of these pitchers do. So I think he's fine. And he has been pretty consistent. Last year and this year looked pretty good. So I think going with him is fine. And then I'd probably go with one of the pitchers facing off against the Eagles, maybe the KT guy at 7,700. KIW guy. I mean, facing off against SK. He Wang He Hang, just because he's good with the strikeouts. 11 strikeouts in 11 innings so far this year, and they're facing off against an offense that has been struggling recently. If you want, you could play the KT Wiz pitcher, who I was kind of hinting at 7,500. The only reason I don't love him is that he has 4 strikeouts in over 11 innings, so that just doesn't look that appealing. Maybe he can get some more strikeouts today against a bad offense, but Samsung does K a lot, and he only got 2 strikeouts there. So I feel a little bit more comfortable going with a strikeout pitcher, and even if he does give up some runs, he might fare better, just because he can back it up with some strikeouts. And getting into the hitters today, first baseman, gonna continue to play him until DraftKings realizes that he should not be 3,100. He is the best hitter right now in the KBO, one of the best hitters, top three. Absolutely crushed that ball yesterday, and he has home runs now in 3 out of his last 4 games. Looking very, very good at the plate. He also doesn't strike out a ton either, and facing off against a very bad pitcher. Roberto Ramos, don't have to say too much about him. He is just very, very underpriced. Third base, I like playing this guy. I've been playing him a ton at third base. Huang of the KT Wiz, just because he makes a stack work. He's always reasonably priced, and he has just been amazing recently. So we'll continue to ride that hot streak. Third base is also kind of a tough spot to fill, just because there's not a ton of guys that always stick out at that position. And I think 4,700 for a guy that has plenty of RBI upside, plenty of power upside, as well as I've shown you the last couple days with the home runs that he's hit the last couple years, and the stolen base upside that he has. With double-digit steals recently in the last couple years, he is always going to be a solid option. Another KT Wiz guy that I love is Kang here, 5,900, a lefty hitter here. Had a didn't have a very good game yesterday, but 9 fantasy points, not going to kill you. He still got on base a couple times, and he's just an extremely good hitter. So much power with him. I like getting guys with power. Obviously, they get huge fantasy points, and this guy also doesn't strike out very much, and she'll be able to put the ball in play here against a pitcher that barely strikes anybody out. So, Kang at 5,900, and then the LG is very, very cheap on DraftKings, so they make you able to pay up for some other hitters, like an outfielder on the LG that I like a lot is Lee here at 3,400. You also could play Chase, who's only 2,600 if you need that much savings, but Chung-Woon Lee, he doesn't have a ton of power, but what he does have is a lot of speed. He has 5 stolen bases already this year, and on DraftKings, that's basically a double, so gonna take what you can get there. Leadoff hitter, should get plenty of at-bats today. If you want to look at his statistics from the last couple years, he's a very solid hitter, makes great contact, and should maybe get 6 at-bats today, assuming the stack is able to go off. Last year, he batted 308. Year before that, 340. As you see, not a ton of power, but he has speed. Already has 4 stolen bases so far this year. So speed, hitting at the top of the order is always nice, especially at that DraftKings price at only 3,400. And going on to Fanduel here. Fanduel pitcher, we got Kim Moon. I think he looks good if you want 24 bucks, but NC pitcher, most expensive on DraftKings. He is like the tied for the 4th most expensive on FanDuel. We'll definitely ride him. I think he's the most talented pitcher on the slate, and plenty of upside with him. And same stacks that I like, same 4 stacks that I like on FanDuel as I do on DraftKings. Starting off here at infielder, I think you could definitely play Ha-Seong Kim again. It's only $12. That is very nice on FanDuel. If you want to go a bit more expensive, you could probably play like Roberto Ramos, who I will probably prioritize just because he's facing an awful pitcher. So much power with him, especially right now. He's just really locked in. Outfield wise, we have some value from the KT side. They are one of their hitters, you at $14. He is out for like 6 weeks with an injury, so that has opened up a ton of value. You could play Bay if you want at $9. Been looking good, but I like Young Ho Joe, $6. Just because he is really, really nice and looks like he could pay up the salary by not doing too much. And he is at a last night he batted third, or he hit it right in front of some very good hitters. So plenty of opportunity to get on base and make some damage out of that. So last night he batted third, and so far he's off to a very, very nice start to the year. Um, so definitely think you could play him at $6, and then you could probably pay up for Baiko Kang at $15, who I like. You know, him and Rojas both same price. Think Kang's looked better this year so far in terms of power, so might as well go with him. So that's the breakdown for Thursday's KBO slate. Hopefully, guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to slap a like if you did. Thanks for watching, and good luck today.